Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Today we will discuss the second chapter of banking, that is kinds of bank. As per the introduction of this chapter, we must know that all the banks works for lending to others and for the investment purpose. At the start, banks in Pakistan worked or established under the Companies Act 1913, and then later all the banks followed the Company Ordinance Act 1962. In the year 1974, when the nationalizing process starts, and after 16 years, when the nationalizing process stopped, and nowadays all the banks in Pakistan are formed under the Companies Act 2017. As we know, primarily the functions of banking or the function of bank to collect extra money or idle money as a deposit and use for the purpose of lending to others or for the purpose of investment or providing for those who need money to establish his account or to establish his business. And due to the variety of resources of money and the diversity in the lending and investing operations, the bank experts decide to divide the bank according to different options. The first, the bank kinds by functions and its importance, and bank kinds as per its ownership. When we discuss the kinds of bank by functions, the first kind that we know is central bank. Central bank actually are the government banks, and it occupies the unique position in the banking structure of the country. For that, we have the different examples like State Bank of Pakistan, which is established in 1948, Bank of England and the Federal Reserve Bank of US are the different examples of the central bank. Then we have a commercial banks. Commercial banks basically receive deposit from the general public, which are repayable on demand upon written order of the depositors. Basically, these commercial banks play an important role for the economic development as well. And we have the different examples like HBL, like Habib Bank Limited, which is established in 1941, ABL, Allied Bank Limited, which is established in 1974, MCB or Muslim Commercial Bank, which is established in 1948, UBL, your United Bank Limited, which is established in 1959, and NBP or National Bank of Pakistan, which is established in 1949. After that, we have the another bank by a function is saving bank. The basic purpose of this bank to encourage for those who have extra money to save the money in the bank accounts with the banks. For that, we have different examples like a post office. National saving organizations are well known operational saving banks in Pakistan. Further, we have industrial bank. Industrial bank that is specifically grant loans to industrial sector of the country so that the industries may grow. An example for that, Industry Development Bank of Pakistan, which is known as IDBP, which is established in 1961. Pakistan Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation, known as PICIC, which was established in 1957, and then National Development Finance Corporation NDFC, which is established in 1973. Further, we have a mortgage bank. The basic purpose of these banks to deal in loans for the construction of real estate sector or against the security of mortgage. For the example is House Building Finance Corporation HBFC. Further, we have agriculture bank, and these banks basically finance to agriculture sector to meet the credit requirement of purchasing seeds, fertilize, machinery and other extra things. The example of the Agriculture Development Bank is of Pakistan, which is known as ADBP. The new name is Zar Taraqi Bank, which is established in 1961. Next, we have the merchant banks. Merchant banks was found in 1762 in UK. Basically, these banks were also known as accepting houses. a term employed until the early 1980s. And after 80s, the new name, we forget the name of merchant banks and the new name comes in the market and everyone remember the new word or the new name is known as investment bank. The basic purpose of investment bank are firms which are originated or underwritten and distributed new security issues or corporation to the government agencies. For the example, Investment Corporation of Pakistan, ICP, National Investment Trust are the different examples. After that, we have the cooperative banks, which is known as the banks are established to provide credit facilities to wide range of registered cooperative societies. An example is Federal Cooperative Bank FCB, which was established in 1976. And after that, we have the kinds of bank by ownership. Banks further classified as per the ownership. It is includes private banks, public banks, which are also known as government banks, then nationalized banks, and then statutory banks, and the chartered banks.